What if I told you that 99% of people are sabotaging their productivity without even realizing it? Here's the kicker. This one mistake could be costing you 10 hours a week and thousands of dollars a year. And the worst part? Most people think they're doing everything right. Let's face it, 2025 is a productivity minefield. Between endless notifications, back-to-back Zoom calls, and the constant pressure to hustle harder, it's no wonder burnout rates are at an all-time high. According to a recent study, over 70% of professionals report feeling overwhelmed by their daily workload. And here's the shocking part. Only 8% of people actually feel like they're in control of their time. Think about that for a second. If you're like most people, you're probably juggling a million things at once. Your job, side hustle, family, and maybe even trying to squeeze in some self-care. But here's the brutal truth. Working harder isn't the answer. In fact, it's the exact opposite of what top entrepreneurs are doing to stay ahead. I know this because I've been there. A few years ago, I was stuck in the same cycle, working 12-hour days, constantly chasing deadlines, and feeling like I was barely keeping my head above water. I thought the solution was to grind harder, wake up earlier, and just push through. But no matter how much effort I put in, I was always exhausted, and my results? Mediocre at best. Then, everything changed. I stumbled across a system, a $0 productivity framework that completely flipped the script. It wasn't about fancy apps, expensive planners, or waking up at 4 a.m. It was about simplifying, focusing, and leveraging a few key principles that high performers swear by. Within 30 days, I had freed up 10 hours a week, doubled my output, and finally felt like I was in control of my time. But here's the thing. This system isn't just about working less. It's about working smarter, unlocking the kind of productivity that lets you achieve more while doing less. Later in this video, I'm going to break down the exact steps you can take to implement this system today. But before we dive into that, let me ask you this. What's the one thing you'd do if you had 10 extra hours every week? Let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video if you're ready to take control of your time and unlock your full potential. Here's the truth. Most productivity systems fail because they're overcomplicated. But what if I told you that the most successful entrepreneurs use a system so simple, it costs $0 to implement? In this section, I'm going to break down the exact steps you can take to free up 10 hours a week, boost your income, and finally feel in control of your time. Step 1. The one thing rule. The first step is deceptively simple, but incredibly powerful. Focus on one thing at a time. Research from Stanford University shows that multitasking can reduce your productivity by up to 40%. Yet most people still try to juggle multiple tasks, thinking they're being efficient. Here's what you need to do instead. Every morning, identify the one task that will have the biggest impact on your goals. This is your needle mover. Block out 90 minutes of uninterrupted time to work on it. No emails, no notifications, no distractions. Why 90 minutes? Studies show that our brains work best in 90-minute cycles, followed by a short break. By focusing on one high-impact task during this window, you'll accomplish more in less time than most people do in an entire day. Step 2. The 80-20 Productivity Audit. Next, it's time to apply the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. This principle states that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. The problem is, most people spend their time on the wrong 80%. Here's how to fix that. First, take 10 minutes to list out all your daily tasks. Next, identify the top 20% of tasks that directly contribute to your goals, whether it's generating revenue, building relationships, or improving your skills. Finally, ruthlessly eliminate, delegate, or automate the remaining 80%. For example, if you're spending hours responding to emails, use tools like Superhuman or Gmail filters to automate your inbox. If you're bogged down by repetitive tasks, platforms like Zapier or Notion can save you hours every week. Step 3. The energy clock method. Here's a game changer that most people overlook. Productivity isn't just about managing your time. It's about managing your energy. Think about it. Even if you have 10 hours in a day, it's useless if you're too drained to focus. The energy clock method helps you align your tasks with your natural energy levels. Here's how it works. First, track your energy levels throughout the day for 1 week. Are you most alert in the morning, afternoon, or evening? Second, schedule your most demanding tasks, like deep work or creative projects, during your peak energy hours. Third, reserve low-energy periods for less demanding tasks, like responding to emails or organizing files. This simple shift can dramatically increase your output without requiring more effort. Here's something that might surprise you. The idea that you need to work 12-hour days to succeed is a myth. In fact, a study from the University of Melbourne found that working more than 50 hours a week can actually decrease productivity. The most successful entrepreneurs don't work harder, they work smarter by focusing on leverage. Now that you know the core strategies behind the $0 productivity system, you're probably wondering, how do I actually implement this in my daily life? I'll show you how to put these steps into action, measure your results, and scale your productivity over time. Plus, I'll share the one mistake that causes most people to fail at this system and how you can avoid it. If you're finding this valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video. And hey, let me know in the comments. What's the one task you'll focus on tomorrow to move the needle in your life? You've learned the strategies, but here's the hard truth. Knowing what to do is only half the battle. The real challenge is implementation. I'll show you how to put the $0 productivity system into action, measure your results, and avoid the one mistake that causes most people to fail. Plus, I'll share how you can scale this system to achieve long-term success. Step 1. Start small, scale fast. The biggest mistake people make when trying to overhaul their productivity is doing too much, too soon. Remember, this system is about simplicity. Start by implementing just one strategy. Whether it's the one thing rule, the 80-20 audit, or the energy clock method. Here's a quick example. Tomorrow morning, block out 90 minutes for your most important task. Use a timer to stay focused and don't allow any interruptions. At the end of the session, reflect on how much you accomplished compared to your usual routine. Once you've mastered one strategy, layer in the next. This gradual approach ensures you build momentum without feeling overwhelmed. Step 2. Track your progress. What gets measured gets managed. To ensure this system works for you, track your progress weekly. 1. At the end of each day, write down your top 3 wins. What did you accomplish? 2. Note any distractions or obstacles that derailed your focus. 3. At the end of the week, review your notes to identify patterns. Are you consistently hitting your goals? If not, what adjustments can you make? For tracking, you can use a simple notebook, a tool like Notion, or even a free app like Trello. The key is to stay consistent. Step 3. Leverage accountability. Here's a secret that top entrepreneurs swear by. Accountability. When you have someone holding you accountable, you're far more likely to follow through. Find an accountability partner, a friend, colleague, or mentor, and share your weekly goals with them. Better yet, join a mastermind group or online community where you can exchange ideas and stay motivated. Let me share a quick story to show you how powerful this system can be. A few months ago, I introduced this framework to a friend who was struggling to balance his 9-to-5 job with his side hustle. Within 30 days, he had freed up 12 hours a week, launched a new product, and increased his monthly income by 25%. The best part? He didn't spend a dime on fancy tools or courses. He simply followed the steps I've shared with you today. Once you've mastered the basics, it's time to scale. Here's how. Automate repetitive tasks. Use tools like Zapier, Calendly, or AI assistants to handle routine work. Outsource low-value tasks. Platforms like Upwork or Fiverr can help you delegate tasks that don't require your expertise. Focus on leverage. As you free up more time, invest it in activities that generate exponential returns, like building systems, creating content, or networking with high-value individuals. Here's the one thing that causes most people to fail at this system: lack of consistency. It's easy to get excited about a new strategy, but the real results come from sticking with it over time. Remember, productivity isn't a one-time fix. It's a habit. Now it's your turn. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how this $0 productivity system transforms your life. And if you found this video helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Finally, let me know in the comments section. What's the first step you're going to take to reclaim your time and boost your productivity? I can't wait to hear your